Welcome everybody to Capstone Spring 2021. We're so glad you're back. I know for many of you it may be your final semester at RPI, and so the Design Lab team that helps with Capstone is here to make it your best semester yet at RPI. Wanted to take this opportunity to introduce the Design Lab and myself, give a little info on the hybrid version of the course, and then I'll end with a couple suggestions that you might entertain to help better navigate Capstone and have a successful, fun experience. So, my name is Catherine Daneman. I'm Director of the Design Lab and a Professor of Practice in the Department of Materials Science and Engineering. I'm an alum from that same department a number of years ago and have had an exciting and varied industry and research career, and returned about 4 years ago to lead the Design Lab team. I'm excited to share what I've learned in my career with all of you and to help create high-performing Rensselaer engineers, the next generation of Rensselaer engineers. That, like any engineering problem, there are always a variety of constraints, and those constraints change or can change during the course of the project. So with Capstone, the constraint that that's been applied this semester, this year, 2020, has been COVID, and COVID has changed all of our lives, and we look at it in Capstone as just another constraint that we need to adjust what we do and make it work. So the hybrid version, we did a hybrid version last semester. Previous semester we ended up, as you know, shifting everything remotely. But still, the virtual teams scenario the students provided input from both semesters last year. We've gathered, reviewed, analyzed, and are implemented some of their suggestions. We've also chosen projects that we believe have real-world relevance, and I've worked with the project sponsors to better formulate work scopes that can be achieved and accommodated within a one-semester hybrid capstone. So rest assured, we're aware of the differences and have taken that into account. Just a thought on the overall capstone experience is really an opportunity for you guys to practice engineering in this safe environment before you graduate and launch into whether it's a job or a military or something that you may have a little more at stake regarding performance. So take advantage of learning the engineering design practices as well as the professional aspects of engineering that are part of this course. And you students, as part of the hybrid course, have an added benefit of learning and practicing virtual collaboration. It's part of our culture right now in the technical workplace, and will continue to be even after COVID has dwindled. So I'll leave you with just four suggestions. And again, they're suggestions, but I think they will help you navigate Capstone successfully and help to provide a more fun experience during the course of your semester. So number one, I'd encourage you to think of Capstone as your semester project as opposed to the course that you need to pass in order to graduate. So traditional courses that are lecture-based, you may be able to cram the night before the exam and still ace the test. With Capstone and with any engineering project, there's steady progress that occurs throughout the course of the project in order to reach a successful finish. So I'm recommending that you spend at least 5 hours a week outside of class. We have 4 hours in class, plus the 5 hours outside of class is 9, makes up the 9 contact hours. And another thought is to, based on, all of us from the engineering world, begin with the end in mind. So if you know that your final report is due on May 1st, and your presentation that has to show the working prototype is, May 5th, then you want to plan accordingly. So, back calculate where you need to be at various times during the semester in order to achieve that goal. Number 2, take advantage of all the resources and capabilities that are available to you. So you've met your project engineer and chief engineers. You haven't yet met our TA this semester as a graduate student, but he has been in the military and has had long-term industrial experience and also served previously as an adjunct project engineer in the design lab. So feel free to reach out to him, and his info will be in the wiki as well. Other resources at RPI include, other faculty who may be experts in the technology area that you're investigating, folks relative to finite element or CAD or fabrication. And I'll point out the group that I believe they're physically located in the library, but they're doing everything virtually. It's called Com+D Center. And they provide help regarding communications, whether it's oral or written. You'll have a poster and you'll have PowerPoints and a final report, and they can also help from the communications viewpoint. And lastly, the sponsor. You'll also learn, maybe technical, but maybe not, but how to interact with others who may not be well-versed in what you're doing, and how to communicate why you chose certain designs, etc. Number 3, accountability. So be accountable to your teammates, to your leaders, to your sponsor. If you sign up and say, I'm going to deliver such and such by, Friday or next Tuesday, then follow up on those promises. It really makes a difference to your team and ultimately your leaders and your sponsors, but be accountable. And lastly, the systems integrator. So I've observed that the teams that are most successful have somebody on their team who makes it their mission to ensure that all the pieces fit together. So you might have a mechanical component, an electrical component, and a software component, and they all need to be able to talk to each other at the, to deliver the final prototype. And so you want to make sure that the sub-teams aren't working totally in isolation, so that all the pieces can come together at the end into a functional prototype. So with that, I'll close. Wish you all success throughout the semester. You're welcome to reach out to me. My contact info will be in the wiki, along with the other chief engineers. My office hours and contact info is listed. And I'll end with, have fun this semester. It's the start of your career. Engineering is about solving problems, and so you have a fun problem to solve this semester, and the team looks forward to helping you with it.